Are we ever gonna get this done?
Oh yeah.
We're definitely making progress here. We're getting to the point where it's time to cut in for the flashing. We're gonna have a piece of flashing that comes from the cricket here, up the wall, and then there's gonna be another flashing that comes over that top edge. And that'll make sure that no water can get in there. I should double check what size material I can get. Triple check before I mark this. I don't know why I didn't think of that. My chalk line is a piece of crap, so I'm going to run my speed square along and try to mark out roughly where I want that line to be. And that's not working really well, is it? I think what I'm going to do is actually cut along on this joint line here, so my flashing comes up over the scupper. Just trying to get a level line here. It's so hot out here today that this membrane is just melting on me when I touch it with my shoes. That's not good. Just marking that 5-inch. Ow! God, that burns the shit out of your knees. Don't do that. That hurts. It's supposed to be overcast today. It was supposed to be a nice day today. We're gonna get all sorts of work done, and the clouds didn't show up. It's been extremely hot, so I had to go pick up materials, and we're out here. It's about 4 o'clock roughly in the evening, and we'll work until about 7. Unfortunately, in Arizona, you kind of have to work around the sun, like away from it. I didn't fucking chalk line at all. Let's try it again. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna start cutting in the channel for the flashing. I'm doing that now just so that we're working clean from there on. This flashing won't go on until after the roofing's all complete. Since I'm outside working, I can just use this regular N95 mask. If I was inside, I definitely want something a little bit better, like an actual respirator. We got a little bit of a breeze, so let's see. I'll grab a piece of this flashing to double check how deep I need to make it. This is the flashing we're using. It has a little bit of a L to it. This goes into the wall. This goes down the wall. It's gonna go in like this, and then we caulk this with a special kind of caulk adhesive. Finally, clouds. So just to see how this fits, that's basically what it's gonna do. Once that gets sealed, the water will come down here and go over the metal, down and out the scupper. Because this is metal and this is concrete, they're gonna expand and contract differently, and it'll pull that adhesive apart. That's kind of what we were dealing with before. So this is the right way to do it. A little more work, a little messy, but we got this. But this side over here with the stucco is a little different. What I need to do is basically put in a piece of flashing behind that waterproofing membrane to kick out that water, and then I have the flashing that comes down and over. I can't do the same channel trick because this goes underneath my roof. If water got in here, it would go down and get trapped underneath this roof structure and cause some rotting. This is a wood framed wall, so we definitely need to make sure to get all that water out. I'm fairly confident that at this point I've cut out most of the stucco. I'm going to break this out and see what we're getting into. It might come out a lot easier than I thought. I don't know, it just feels different right here, so let's see. This area is double thick of the metal mesh. That's why it's holding together so much better and why it doesn't want to come down. But we'll get it. This is the flashing that I bought for here. It's kind of a Z flashing. It'll go down the wall, out, and then down again. If I can get this piece in there behind that tar paper, this will work perfectly for everything I need. Let's get the bottom cut. So that came off really well, one piece like I wanted. I'm trying to figure out what I can put behind there that's thin enough that it won't cause any extra cracking and problem. I need something that I can hammer up. The only thing that comes to mind is just using the oscillating tool, turning the blade up. It'll work, but the problem with that would be it'll tear up the tar paper. Then I no longer have a continuous water plane, and my water can get back where it doesn't belong. I'm gonna have to think about this one, but I finally got the weather that I was hoping for, so I'm gonna keep cutting. I'm gonna have to get Melanie back out here. She's got a horrible migraine, so I don't really want to. I've marked these with the chalk line. Just need to cut it out. Looks like I forgot to mark this other line, and I've lost my Sharpie. Nice. I have a channel cut from the stair house all the way along this wall to this corner. That means we have about 65, 70 feet so far cut. I need to chase it on up the wall. Keep going. Starting to see a lot of red sparks, which tells me this is getting overly hot. And it's not really cutting very well anymore. It's really not cutting very well anymore. I'm gonna have to run to the store either tonight or tomorrow and get another blade. Fun. In general, you do not want to start just prying on your stucco walls. You will generally crack them. This is a little different because the stucco has a lot of fiberglass in it. Our hope is that I can get this up there behind the tar paper and just maybe see if it'll come out. This is working well. One of those damn staples is right here. What I'm going to need to do is put a piece of metal thin here to protect the paper, and then I'm going to run my oscillating tool to cut off these staples. But yeah, I'm excited. I think this will work really well. Last night we ran into an issue with the blade dying. I've got a new blade here from DeWalt. It's a segmented blade. And the diamond teeth appear bigger, so I'm hopeful that this will actually work better. This blade is designed only for block. It's not made for metal. I got my ear protection, got my mouth, and I got my eyeball protection. I am fully protected. Let's get her cut. Yeah, they're happy with it so far. This blade it's actually a little thicker. And the reason why that's good, this will leave a little bit bigger line to fit that little piece of flashing in there. So this is going to be a little bit more of a challenge to film because we're getting that dust on the lens and we're shooting straight into the sun. It's not going to be as clear as I'd like, but let's see what you get. This is definitely not a clean job. Man. The first rule of remodeling, trust nothing. What do you know? The roof's not straight. Melanie just pointed something out that's really interesting. This upper section here is trusses that, you know, have the crisscrosses like a normal truss. That lower section is actually long steel beams that go out, and then there's 2x wood that runs the opposite direction as the trusses. I think when it makes that deflection point between the trusses and the other is where we end up with a slightly dissimilar slope. They're just not coplanar. So that's why we have a bow in the middle. We did a chalk line from here all the way to the ridge, and we had set this at our desired height of 5 inches. And the chalk line was hitting these blocks right here and right here. And I was like, well, I guess I fucked up on the blocks, which is possible, that I just didn't give myself enough room. But the reality is I still have 7 inches there. Basically what that means is the chalk line was straight, but not parallel or similar distance from the roof decking. There's over 2 inches of sag in the middle between those 2 points. That means I'm probably going to end up having to recut this over here. It's not ideal, but at least I didn't cut the whole thing and then notice it. And I'm gonna have to fix that. If I just push through, I can be done. That's kind of appealing. Because as you can imagine, all these splinters in my side of my leg and the dust and all this, not loving it. Not loving it at all. One area I've got to finish over here. So to get this whole flashing in, I'm gonna have to cut back the stucco to the decking down here. So pull this strip out, and then I can fit the flashing in, push it up, and then put something behind there to cover it up later. But that means for right now, I just need to pull this back, cut that out, and yeah, let's get that done. So I have the entire perimeter up to this corner and that corner done. We had some stuff stacked up here, so we haven't marked this area out yet, but we're ready to do it. So let me move this stuff out of the way. I got to put a little of this in my face hole. Okay. So, since I have such a small area to do this, and I'm by myself right now, Melanie's busy editing. And if you do like these videos, please subscribe. It really helps our channel out, helps us keep motivated to bring more content to you. You know, it's a lot of work to do all this for you. So, please like and subscribe. This is not working. Okay. It'll feel good to get this part behind us. Because once I'm done cutting this in, I can finally get started actually building up the roof. Well, painting and then all the other stuff. So anyway, you'll see. Okay, let's do the damn thing. I am done cutting. I cut at least 230 feet, roughly 230-ish feet. Okay, there we go. I got it. I have all of the channel cut in. I have the channel cut out for the stucco. That was quite the job.